The Galactic Council had many rules about first contact with pre-spacefaring species. Protocol dictated observation, documentation, and absolutely no interference. But nowhere in the 17,000-page manual did it mention what to do when a human decided to adopt an alien child. Lena Hart hadn't meant to cause an interstellar incident. She was simply a xenobiologist aboard the human research vessel, Endeavour, cataloging species on the frontier world of Takaris 7, when she found the small, furry creature shivering in the wreckage of what appeared to be a crashed shuttle. Her instincts overrode protocol entirely. The cub, no larger than a terrier, had 6 legs, crystalline blue eyes, and made the most pitiful mewling sounds Lena had ever heard. She scooped it up without hesitation, wrapped it in her jacket, and brought it back to the ship's medical bay. "You're going to get us court-martialed," Dr. Yuki Tanaka had warned, even as he ran the bioscans. "He's a baby," Lena replied, as if that explained everything. To her, it did. The scans revealed the cub belonged to the Vraxian species, a proud warrior race known throughout the galaxy for their military prowess and rigid honor codes. The Vraxians had been observing humanity with deep suspicion ever since humans had stumbled into galactic politics with their characteristic chaos and disregard for proper procedure. What Lena didn't know was that the cub was the offspring of Admiral Corvac, Supreme Commander of the Vraxian Fifth Fleet. Admiral Corvac stood 7 feet tall, covered in silvery gray fur with ceremonial scars marking his shoulders. His 4 arms were currently crossed in what humans would recognize as extreme displeasure. Before him, holographic displays showed his son, his heir, playing with some bizarre Earth contraption. The human female had given Kiris a toy. Not just any toy. A squeaky toy. "Replay the footage," Corvac commanded, his translator rendering his growl into perfect galactic standard. The hologram showed Lena sitting cross-legged on the floor of the Endeavour's recreation room. Little Kiris pounced on the bright yellow object, and when his tiny jaws compressed it, it emitted a ridiculous squeak. Kiris's ears perked up. He pounced again. Squeak. Again. Squeak. The human laughed a genuine, delighted sound and ruffled the fur between his son's ears. Corvac's tactical officer, Commander Threxus, cleared his throat. "Sir, the human appears to be bonding with your offspring." Corvac's. "I can see that, Commander." Corvac's claws drummed against his command chair. "Begin analysis protocol Theta. I want to know everything about this." Apparatus. Over the next 3 weeks, Lena cared for Kiris while the Endeavour attempted to locate his family. She fed him protein supplements that Dr. Tanaka formulated, set up a small sleeping area in her quarters, and played with him whenever her duties allowed. The squeaky toy became Kiris's favorite possession. He carried it everywhere, squeaking it at odd hours, much to the crew's amusement and occasional annoyance. "I think it helps him feel safe," Lena explained to Captain Rodriguez. "The sound is consistent, predictable. It's soothing." What Lena saw as childcare, Admiral Corvac saw as something far more sinister. The report began simply enough. Classified document. Vraxian military intelligence. Subject: analysis of human training apparatus. Designated squeaky toy. Prepared by Admiral Corvac, Supreme Commander, Fifth Fleet. By page 5, Corvac had detailed the toy's construction. A synthetic polymer shell containing an internal pneumatic sound generation mechanism activated by compression force. By page 15, he analyzed the psychological implications. The intermittent auditory reward system creates a feedback loop consistent with advanced operant conditioning techniques. By page 27, he developed 3 tactical theories about humanity's true intentions. The device may serve as A. a training tool for developing predatory reflexes, B. a psychological dependency mechanism, or C. a harmonic frequency weapon disguised as recreational equipment. By page 50, Admiral Corvac had convinced himself that humanity had developed the most sophisticated youth training program in the galaxy, and they'd deployed it on his son as either a gesture of goodwill or a demonstration of superiority. When the Vraxian fleet finally made contact with the Endeavour, tensions were high. Captain Rodriguez stood in the docking bay as Admiral Corvac descended the ramp with an honor guard of 12 warriors. The Admiral's presence was overwhelming military precision in every movement. "Captain Rodriguez," Corvac's voice boomed. "We have come for my son." "Of course. Admiral, we've been trying to locate your people since we found him. He's been well cared for." Corvac's eyes narrowed. "I am aware. I have documented everything." Lena emerged from a side corridor, carrying Kyrus, who was enthusiastically squeaking his toy. When the cub saw his father, he wiggled excitedly, but didn't let go of his prized possession. "Admiral Corvac?" Lena approached without fear, despite the warrior's imposing stature. "Your son is wonderful. He's been eating well, sleeping through the night, and undergoing advanced tactical training with sophisticated human equipment," Corvac interrupted. Lena blinked. What?" Corvac produced a data pad. "I have prepared a comprehensive analysis of your training methodology, 50 pages documenting the psychological, tactical, and developmental implications of the apparatus you provided." "You mean the Squeaky toy?" Lena looked down at the bright yellow duck in Kyrus's mouth. "Its simplicity is deceptive," Corvac said gravely. "The neurological pathways it develops, the reward mechanisms, the cause and effect training, it is quite sophisticated." Captain Rodriguez covered his mouth, trying not to laugh. Lena, bless her heart, took it seriously. "Admiral, I got it from the ship's supply closet. It's literally a dog toy. We brought them for stress relief. It cost about 3 credits. Silence. Corvac's ears flattened. 3 credits? I gave it to Kyrus because he seemed lonely. It squeaks. He likes it. It makes him happy." She scratched behind Kyrus's ears. "It's just a toy." The mighty Admiral Corvac, Supreme Commander of the 5th Fleet, conqueror of 7 star systems, stared at the yellow duck. His son squeaked it triumphantly. "Just a toy," he repeated slowly. Commander Threxus leaned toward his superior. "Sir, perhaps humans simply do things because they are kind?" Corvac looked at Lena, this small human who'd found a lost child and simply cared for it. No ulterior motives, no strategic thinking, just compassion. "Your species," he said finally, "is very confusing." Lena smiled. "We get that a lot." Admiral Corvac took Kyrus home, along with 17 additional Squeaky toys that Lena insisted he'd need. The 50-page report was quietly filed away in the Vraxian military archives, where it remains classified to this day. But whenever Vraxian officers speak of humans in strategy meetings, someone inevitably mentions, "Remember, they are the species that can weaponize kindness." And in Admiral Corvac's private quarters, if you listen carefully, you might still hear the occasional squeak.